All right, guys, it's fall season. We are literally hunting tonight, shooting this video, and then we're gonna be hitting the whitetail woods. So I am gonna go through my layering kits from now until the end of the season for what I'm wearing with my KUIU gear. So I've got all the whitetail layering systems, and I'm gonna go through everything I wear, starting from September all the way through late season in December. So you guys can know, I am about 6 foot, 6'1", and I'm about 200 pounds. And my sizing with most all my outer layers for the whitetail woods is all large. My base layers, I'm pretty much gonna be an XL for all my long johns and my base LT merino layers. I'm an XL. All my whitetail outers are gonna be large. It's just how it fits me. Again, I'm 6 foot, 6'1", about 200 pounds. So I'm gonna start with my base layers. I pretty much have base layers on all my whitetail gear once it gets below 50 degrees. There's a few kits that I wear without base layers, but once I wear the proximity and the haven, the later season stuff, I pretty much always have base layers on. So that's something I'll start out with, and then kind of go into the early season stuff. So base layers are really simple. If you do any hunting out west or anything like that, you're gonna know you need your merino base layers. And I'm gonna be wearing this for my outer, just a 120 merino, long sleeve. So that's gonna be my outer during any of these early season hot hunts when it's 70, 80, 90 degrees. It's gonna obviously do everything that we love about merino wool. It's gonna keep you more scent free, and it's not gonna get you cold if the temps do dip a little bit. It's your best base layer for early season. Once I need a single layer above that during the early season, I'm gonna go to this Merino Pro, just a little bit heavier. I always go with the hooded, kind of quarter zip. This is gonna still be an early season. It's still considered a base layer, but for me, it's gonna be an outer during the early season. If it's looking like it's gonna be dipping into the low 60s, upper 50s, and I just need one more thing over my base layer merino, then I'll bring this Merino Pro. So that's gonna be my early season uppers. I'll wear, if you've followed KUIU, you know the attack pant, you know the katana. I wear the katana and the attack pant all through September and into early October on these warmer hunts in the whitetail woods. They're everything you need, and it's absolutely my go-to pant during the hot weather. My first actual whitetail kit that I'm gonna wear during some of the October weather is gonna be the Encounter pant and the Encounter jacket. I'll go through those next. All right, this could be my favorite kit on the whitetail side that KUIU has ever made, and I absolutely have loved wearing it the last 2 falls. It's the Encounter pant, the Encounter jacket. The fabric is unlike anything I've ever worn. Super quiet, super comfortable. They have the pockets absolutely nailed in this kit. I wear this as soon as you have 60s, even low 70s as your high. You can get away with wearing this kit if you're gonna have your hunt start to dip into the 50s. You know, like 50s, it sounds like still it's pretty warm, but if you're hunting in the 50s for a longer extended period, you're still gonna start to get chilly. And that's exactly when I wear this kit. You're gonna be super, super comfortable 50s to 60s wearing this kit early season. The jacket has chest pockets on both sides of the zipper. Your normal kind of pocket on both sides, and it is magnetic, so it's quiet, no zippers on there, which is super awesome. And all their whitetail stuff has a spot for a harness, back of the neck, which is perfect. The Encounter pant, got the suspenders on there. The thing I love about it is it's going to have your side zip, which is absolutely crucial because like a lot of the Midwest temps during the late September, October timeframe, it's still gonna get warm, but it's gonna be dipping off fast. So you're still gonna be walking in and potentially getting a little hot into the tree. And then once it cools off a little bit, you can zip those up and stay a bit more comfortable. Pockets, super quiet zipper on these front. It's just a front thigh pocket. And then there's an interior one too. They just kind of overlay. which is awesome. Again, this is probably my favorite kit and favorite fabric that I wear all fall from KUIU. It's just a super comfortable and quiet kit, perfect for late September into mid-October, depending on weather. So with the layering system, if you want to throw a pair of zip-off LJs or like the base layers I already mentioned for early season, if you want to throw that underneath here, you can easily be hunting all the way through October, depending on your weather system. So the next kit I'm going to go through is the proximity kit. All right, so I've got the proximity kit in front of me. Again, my sizing, I'm a large in all of this stuff on all the outers, and it fits me great. I'll start with just the temp range. I'll start throwing the proximity on during the rut. We're in Kansas, Nebraska. Once we start getting into low 50s, 40s, even dipping into the 30s, you can wear this kit with the appropriate base layers and be very comfortable and happy. One thing that I'm gonna sound repetitive on with all this KUIU gear is that it's just quiet. It's just super well done. This fleece, it's not gonna make noise, which I mean, it's crucial in the whitetail woods. So this is the proximity hooded jacket, insulated hooded jacket. Just a normal zipper. It's got underarm vents, which is awesome if you need to dump heat on the walk-in, and zipper pockets on both sides of the jacket. The hood can come off if you're not a hood guy. There's a zipper on the back, and then it's got just a release magnetic on either side of your neck that the hood can come zipping off. The nice thing about all this gear, the zippers they did a really good job with them. It's not going to be noisy in the whitetail woods. Let's see if I can get this connected. So just like the Encounter jacket, it's got 2 chest pockets up front that are just lined and soft as well. So get to the pant. One important thing to note with the proximity kit is that they do have pants. It's not considered a bib. I do notice that it rises a little bit above a normal pants, a little of like a high-waisted pant, but it's not a bib. Just the pant. Again, so these have the full on the side zipper all the way from the top of the waist down to where you can open up for boots. If you're hunting in some rubber boots or something like that, you can get them over that. Pockets, like the Encounters, you've got front and an internal pocket on the side. So two on each thigh. They have the suspenders as well. They do have, belt loops obviously, but I always run the suspenders. So again, this kit, yeah, I'm gonna be rocking it during the rut most of the times with some layers. I've worn this through late season. I have. I've worn it with a pair of good LJs and an appropriate amount of base layers. You can throw some of the Pro Merino stuff on, and I've been comfortable. So it's an absolutely good late season kit. I would say it's more mid to late, and then I'll get into the late kit next. Actually, I'm gonna get into one more proximity layer, which is the Proximity LT hooded jacket. This is kind of their LT version, which is gonna be a light version, and it has a lot of the same features as the normal proximity jacket. It's got the hood, you can take the hood off. The thing I like about this, being a bow hunter myself, is that it's just a little more low profile, doesn't have as much of the insulating puffy that the proximity jacket does have. So I found myself wearing this probably more than the proximity insulated hooded jacket. It just fits tight. And like all the KUIU whitetail stuff, it's all windproof. This just seems like a very good outer shell. It doesn't obviously have all that insulating that the proximity insulated jacket does, but Man, I really did wear this just as much as the normal proximity hooded insulated jacket. So it's an absolutely great option if you are a bow hunter, if your temps don't dip down as much, because you can still throw some layers underneath this and be super comfortable. So, time for the late season Haven kit. All right, guys, finally the late season kit. This is a super down Haven bib and jacket. So this is for anything freezing and below. This is my late season kit. I'm gonna wear this all December. If your season goes into January, I mean, this is absolutely the go-to. It has all the features that proximity has, just add a ton of down warmth. This is a full-on puffy that's just gonna keep you super warm. I'll start with the bib. You've got the zipper that kind of goes down to the waist here, and then you still have your same zippers up and down both legs. This is gonna go to chest for the height. You've got the 2 thigh pockets on either side, just like the other pants have. And yeah, it's just a full-on, just warm kit. I mean, there doesn't have to be a lot of layering underneath this. Honestly, late season, even in the coldest of temps, which is pretty awesome. You can be just super comfortable. Go to the super down Haven jacket. Hood can be removed just like all the other stuff. You got spot for the harness, back of the neck. You've got your chest pockets. And then the cool thing about this one that I love is that on your side pockets, let me show you the inside. You can reach your bibs with this magnetic opening here. So you can tuck your hands in underneath your jacket. Whether I like to keep a release warm. I don't like my release to be cold, so I'll kind of keep my hands in there, or you've got a hand warmer or something in there. That way you can get your hands out of the elements, and just super quiet, magnetic, goes back together. So staying comfortable on your hunts is absolutely key, and it's part of the success that Thomas and I have found in the whitetail woods. If you can't be out in the elements for a sustained amount of times, whether you're doing all day rut sits or just a handful of hours in the evening during the late season, you're just not gonna have success in the field. So this keeps you comfortable, keeps you happy, keeps you enjoying the hunt, and that's what it's all about. The gear is quiet. The gear, even if you get burrs on it, it's easy to remove, it's easy to clean up. We haven't had any issues with this gear not being durable. I mean, we've got multi-floor, we've got a whole bunch of different burrs and stuff on this property, and they've lasted well. The material's been fine. So all these whitetail kits, proximity, the Haven stuff, they come in the Verde, the Velo, and the Ash for color options. I will get into some of the packs also that we are running in the field. First things first, these are all pretty dang new. This is the Scout 1000 from KUIU. This is kind of like a waist pack, it goes over your shoulders. The thing that they always do well is have lots of different strap options. Bottom straps, top straps, zippers in the back to keep some gear. Open up this to the main pocket. For Thomas and I on hunts, you could easily throw a couple lenses in here. You could throw hand warmers. Most important thing, snacks. All of that good stuff. Throw your tags in there. It's got enough room, and then you've got side pockets up front around your waist. I always throw probably a bow rope, headlamp, wind detector, release, all those options up front. This is the pack that I ran all of last season, Evolution 1800, and it was my go-to pack. I wore it pretty much all season. For me, it seemed like it was the perfect amount of size for being able to have it in the tree, because you don't want something that's too small where you can't bring your essentials, but you also don't want something too big that it's awkward to throw around a tree and hang in the tree. So you've got, of course, all the straps that you need. In the back, you can throw an extra layer there, sticks, platform, tree stand, any of those options. Deep side pockets for water. Sometimes I'll also throw my grunt call in there so it's super accessible. Also have side straps on there. I think potentially my favorite feature on this pack is this tree rope. Comes out of this pocket in the back, and it allows you to throw this around a tree and hang your pack from it. It's also got a bunch of loops on here that you can hang. I usually hang a grunt tube off there or anything else, bow holder. So the cool thing is, if your pack is kind of heavy and weird, you can be holding this. I usually just have it strung around the side. Wrap this around the tree. It doesn't have to be connected to the pack, and then you can just drop the pack on. Quick little clip. And your pack's hanging from the tree. So get back into a few other features. You got top zipper here, knife, grunt call. And then it opens up all the way up front, which is super nice. And just kind of has a big open bucket area. Two awesome side pockets, big back pocket. Right now we've got just a big steel saw that we keep in there for trimming branches. But this allows you can easily stuff a few layers in there. We always stuff some camera gear in there. Yeah, all sorts of things. So you can also access another pocket in the top here, the zipper. So that's the Evolution 1800. And maybe we'll throw some images from last fall over this video, or this year even. So yeah, it was our go-to pack. It was awesome. So super sleek, doesn't take up too much space, easy for throwing in an extra layer or whatever you need in the whitetail woods. All right, guys, so those are the kits I'm wearing all fall long. I cannot stress enough how much KUIU puts their effort into making the best gear possible. They truly test out their stuff. Other brands will like talk about testing out their stuff, but then they'll just do whatever the boss man says. KUIU truly gets so many people involved into their new gear and listens to make sure that they are doing the best gear possible out to all the hunters. So their stuff is absolutely proven, and we have not found anything wrong with it. We love it. We're comfortable in it. It's been great. So if you're looking for stuff from whitetail all the way through management season, their everyday wear is also incredible. They've got some awesome management gear that we wear that truly holds up, especially in some nasty woods that we have with a bunch of different stuff that wants to grab you. So head to the link in our description, click on that thing, order up some gear, try it out. Our comments are always open. Our DMs are always open if you have questions on what to buy, what your climate's like, what kit or color you think is gonna work best. Tom and I, we split between colors. I always wear the Velo, he wears the Verde, mainly because we're the same size. I think it both looks great in a tree. I don't think one's better than the other. I think they both work awesome for the whitetails that we're chasing. So yeah, take a look at KUIU.com, hit the link in our description, buy some stuff. You're not gonna be disappointed. And good luck this season.